Ooh, don't lose your teeth. That is really difficult, right? So their eyes have got to be going constantly to focus on different things, different times. So Zach's been, around early September, I think, through injury originally. So obviously it's a great way of helping the goalies improve whilst not being able to get on the grass. So when there's a longer term injury, it's a nice way of just maximising another area of their development. So Zach's been, kind of start of September, and then Ali a little bit later through injury. But obviously once we have that initial hit, then we continue it when they're back on the pitch. But one of the biggest things with injuries is when you come back from injury, it's that feeling of, I'm behind the play, I've missed out. Whereas here, actually, you can go back sharper, your visual system's improved, your decision making is better, your accuracy is better. So it's a good way of really maximising time through injury periods, but obviously then following that through when they're back on the grass as well. Ali's doing a concentration grid. The concentration grids, obviously as the name says on the tin, work on your concentration and focus. What he's trying to do is find 36 numbers in a random order as quickly as he can. What we're looking at really is obviously how well he can retain information, working memory, being able to find, scan, understand what he's seeing. Zach is doing a program called NeuroTracker, which is a multi-object tracking program. So we're looking at how fast he can track multiple objects at any given point. If he gets it right, it goes quicker. If he gets it wrong, it goes slower. So at the end, we get kind of an average score. Really useful as a primer just to get him going for the session, but also a nice tracker for us to see progress over sessions, So it's a good way of just gauging where they're at, but obviously from a goalkeeping point of view, tracking what's in front of you is a really important skill. So this is a Brock string. Bit of an old-fashioned kind of technique, but before we had nice flashy technology. So it's a string and 3 beads. We're working on convergence of the eyes, so we're trying to make sure that the goalies are getting better at tracking the football into them. So what Zach's doing is he's focusing on the furthest away bead, which is the green one in that case, and imagining an ant climbing along the rope. So if you look at this one, when you focus at this one, what you should see in your kind of lower peripheral is the string almost look like a V. So the string should look like you've got 2 V's, right? If you go to the middle one, you should look like the string's across. Yeah, and if you come to that one, you should see a reverse V. So the string goes out of the back. So all I want you to do is come back here and imagine a fly literally crawling along. So your focus is slow all the way along from green to red. And it kind of, it strengthens the eye muscles in the convergence process. So basically tracking things into your face. So this is literally, we're looking at how quick the connection is from hand to eye. So he's got to be able to see that pattern, send it into the washing machine upstairs if you like, and then come out in it through his hands. So what we're looking for is the speed that he can do that. So we can move this up through the levels, and we can get less visual stimulant, so the lights are on for less, and we can have less time between the sets of visual stimulant, which increases the need for his hands to be quicker. So what you'll see is if we run it next time and we go a little bit quicker, I think he's got 1 wrong so far. If we then move it quicker, you'll start to see him get more wrong because he's not quite processing what he needs to visually. So what we're doing is just, again, training his eyes, training his brain to require a sharper bit of information. All right, boys, so we're gonna go 1 rep of normal. So yellow light, catch right, put out left. Red light, catch left, put out right. Okay, ready? Here we go. Too quick for you to appreciate what they're doing because there is actually a decision making in that. So depending on what colour that light comes on as is how they have to catch the ball. So if it comes on red, they have to catch it in their left hand and put the light out with their right. And if it's yellow, they have to catch it in their right hand and put it out with their left. So their visual system has got to work really quickly at seeing the light in the lower peripheral, and then obviously transfer into the ball to watch it into the hand. But this is a primer. Like, you should be doing this before they go on the grass. Do you know what I mean, in pairs? It's like the Hollywood handshake, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Don't get it very often. You don't know what that is? You never watched Celebrity Bake Off? So if you just watch, like, their eyes, how much they've got to do here. So obviously the visual system that the visual work they're doing is all to their left and right peripheral, because they're only looking at their two lights. So if they've got the other one out, at some point they've got to get their hand over to it. But obviously because of the rhythm of the ball and the other hand being holding the football, that time constraint comes in of how quick have I got to get my hand out there. But when can I look? Because I'm also watching the bouncer ball, right? So it's a really fast, almost twitch saccade where you're kind of like, eyes are going quicker than they should. Right, you ready? Hardest bit of this drill is when you need two phones. You got to sync them together. This is the hardest bit. Forget what they have to do. Syncing them is the hardest bit. Right, ready, boys?
Ready, set.
Don't forget the top ones. Nice. Don't forget the top ones. Really good. Love that. Top ones have gone quiet. So I think what you've got to get, what you've got to understand, apart from the cognitive complexity of it, because there's a lot of stuff going on, if you think about what we're asking them to do and what we're challenging them to do visually, they've got a ball that's roughly inch and a half in diameter, compared to a football that they normally hold. Tiny, right? So their hand-eye coordination has got to be so much better to catch that than it has to catch that. That's the first thing. So to be able to have one coming in and one going out and being able to only view the one that's coming in, even though two are moving through your visual field, that's tough on its own, right? Then you've got two lights here which are in your pretty much the extreme of your peripheral, right? So you can see them, but there has to be an head turn. So that's tough. Then you've got four lights down here in your lower peripheral as well. Then you've got to move the ball, the football, so that your hand is free to do the work. Like, there's four separate tasks layered onto each other. That is really difficult, right? So their eyes have got to be going constantly to focus on different things, different times. So obviously you've been doing this for quite a period of time. Why did we start this with you?
Basically, it started from an injury, didn't it? So like, because I can't go on the pitch and do like what I normally do, like normal training sessions. It's just like basically replicating what I'm doing on the pitch mentally, but just in here. Yeah. And like just pairing that with a bit of competition, you know what I mean? Like it's a good balance between fun as well.
I think it's a lot of like hand-eye coordination stuff. So on the pitch, how we need to look at the ball when making a save, which helps our diving line and stuff like that. So doing that in here can impact on the pitch in a positive way.
Do you feel like you're seeing the ball better on the grass?
Yeah, because like I don't know how to explain it, but if you're seeing the ball quicker and everything's slowed down in your mind, like the game just feels a lot easier. Like it feels like the game's slowed down even though it hasn't.
I think that helps as well, because it's like in a competitive manner, but we're also working that stuff and trying to improve at it as well. But because it's like, yeah.
I can't remember if we did it last time or the time before, but we're going to go, one of you feeds to the other one, football to the floor, kick back, tennis ball to the hand, turn to me, football to the hands. So we've put these on level 1, and all we're doing here is we're just looking at 3 different elements of kind of, if you like, the goalie job. So we're looking at a pass, receiving to feet, getting the timing right. We're looking at a small ball, which is obviously more difficult to visualise, and then we're looking at this coming in at different heights and angles. What you might notice as we run through the glasses is when we start putting it above the head, they're going to start struggling. And we'll talk why when that. Right, you ready, boys? 6 goes, count them in. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. Try and hold it, Zach, don't move it. So Zach, hold it, don't move it. Okay, try and hold it where it comes. Better. Woo! Test you there, didn't I? Right, so we've taken away his right eye, which means his head turn to me is going to be problematic because that's his leading eye. And obviously his depth perception is going to be out to kilter, so you might get hit. Good. Good. So this one is about how well they can pick up information in their peripheral vision, which is what the two lights are going to give them, and then change their focus to the incoming ball. If I hit either of them in the face, I win the game. Hence why the game's called Don't Lose Your Teeth. Oh! 2-1. Woo! Don't lose your teeth. 4-2. 5-3. That's better. 8-6. Zach, don't blow it now. 9-7, match point. Got to win by 2. 9-8, this is it. Must win by 2. 10-10. 11-10. Is there a yellow in your hand? No. 11-10, match point. 30. Right, we need a 61 to... We need a 62 from Ali, and we need a 60 from Zach. Quick, quick, quick! 54. 59.
59. What got me? Oh, shall I go down?
Thanks for coming in today.
Cheers.
On your days off.
Let's go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well done, mate.
Really good. Really good.